Hey YouTubers, and welcome back to Tony the Technician channel, and today we're going to be going into the Amazon tool deals and looking at this week's deals. So these are going to be either tools that I found that are on sale, tools that I believe are good deals even at their full price or list price, or tools I find interesting and would like your guys' opinion on if you guys have used them. So first up is going to be a brand that I actually mentioned last week's video, and that is another Draper product. So Draper, I believe they're a brand from the UK. Not 100% sure. Not like the most popular brand here in the United States or anything like that, but they have a wide variety of tools, pretty decent lineup, and sometimes you can find some really good sets for a decent price, and I mentioned a couple of them last week. So this week we're going to start off with one. This is a 10-piece set for just under $90, so you're paying like, less than $9 for each one of these items. Plus it comes in an EVA foam tray. Now I understand that's not for everybody. Not everybody can afford the space that some EVA foam trays take up. So it all just depends on your situation and how much room you have to work with and how you like to organize. But other than that, I think it's a pretty nice set for under $90. It's got 4.5 stars at 39 ratings. You're going to have a pair of lineman pliers, a pair of long reach pliers, diagonal side cutters, some tongue and groove pliers. Here you can kind of see the design of the four. And then you also have 4 snap ring pliers, internal, external, 2 straights and 2 90-degree. And then you have 2 pairs of locking pliers as well. So a pretty nice little lineup of pliers. Basically your basic type of pliers that you would basically need starting out. You have kind of one of everything that you would need. The only thing really missing is your standard like slip joint pliers. But other than that, I think it's a pretty nice set, especially for under $10 for each item there. And overall, not a bad deal and something to consider. Also, keep in mind they have many other products. Just a couple of the other ones that I've mentioned were like this small pick set, and then they have like file sets. They have a lot in the EVA foam trays, plus they have others as well. So it's worth at least checking out the brand if you're interested. Next up is an item that I haven't personally used, but I would like your guys' input on if you guys have used them. So this is something I saw probably a month or two ago, and I was debating on whether or not I was going to put it on here since I hadn't used it, because I have the Ernst Bit Boss, which is an organizer specifically for organizing bits, and this is kind of another design of that. This is from Free Zone. It's a bit organizer. It has 200 holes for different types of bit storage, quarter-inch hex, plus it comes with some adapters for organizing some sockets and things like that, and they have different ones available. It also comes in different colors. You got blue, red, yellow. This one is $23. It has 4 stars at 25 ratings, and before a month or two ago I had never even seen this, but they do have much larger versions of this as well. Here, let's just kind of take a closer look at it. So here you can kind of see some of the taller bits, how they all stand vertically, so there is no version of this where they lay down or anything like that unless you buy the little attachments for specific types of things. So here you can see you'll get 3 half-inch socket holders, 3 3/8 and 3 1/4-inch, and then 8-piece anti-slip foam. Here you can see it firmly holds them in place. I kind of wish, if either don't include these at all, or if you are, include more than just 9. Just my personal opinion. But once again, they do have much larger sets as well, and then it does lock into place. Let's see if we can find one of the larger sets. So here's a Free Zone for $60, and this one comes with many more clips, and not just for sockets, but for holding different extensions and things like that. So here you can kind of see that, how you can keep it organized, and kind of a closer up version. You can see how you can position those yellow clips in different ways to hold things of different sizes. So it's pretty unique. And this one comes with 30 of the yellow clips, 12 of the 1/4-inch, 10 of the 3/8, and 12 of the half-inch. So it's not really for like if you have a lot of sockets, unless you plan on buying a lot of those little attachments, I guess you would call it. But overall, I think it's a great design for simply keeping your bits organized. But when it comes to sockets and other things, I think it could get a little bit expensive that route. But overall, I thought it was kind of interesting and intriguing, and figured it was worth a mention. And that was the larger set. Here's the one we were first looking at for $23. So let me know your guys' thoughts on it. or if you guys have used it, please let me know your guys' thoughts on how you've enjoyed it, or maybe you haven't enjoyed it. And then you can also see, I don't know how well you can see, but it does look to have like it has metal feet on it as well in each corner. Here is a Lisle spark tester. So these are very handy. So there's some generic ones out there, like here. They're gonna range around the $8 to $15 price range, and these are good if you have like an old small block. But when you have coil on plug or anything like that, these aren't really gonna work for that, because you can't really get this to the spark plug. It's kind of a pain. So the Lisle one, you can get the Lisle one without these extra pieces, but this one's a little bit more expensive. Here they have just their inline spark tester, and it's $13. But this one here, this is going to be good for your small blocks, or you know, your older small blocks, your older engines where the spark plugs are external, or your newer engines where you have the spark plug deep in the engine. So you're going to have different attachments in order to get you to those spark plugs and everything. So I thought this was a really cool tool to have, especially if you're not somebody that specifically works on older cars, maybe you work on a little bit of both. This is going to be great for that. And here you can kind of see it in use. And this has 5 stars at 109 ratings, so it is rated highly and rated a decent amount. Limited lifetime warranty. So it's just a great tool to have in order to check your ignition coils or your spark plugs, and just to make sure that you have spark. It can save you a little bit of time and help narrow down any issues that you have. So this is down from $36.25 was the list price, and it is down to $29.16. So a little bit of savings there. And then last up is another Lisle product. This is actually a product that I have as well, and this thing's been fantastic. I used to pack all my bearings with just the palm of my hand, but when you do a lot of them, or your job involves doing a lot of bearings, this just becomes a lot quicker and easier to deal with. You literally just fill the bottom up with your preferred grease. I use Temkin, and you just fill up the bottom, you put the plate in there, and then once the plate's in there, you can drop your bearing in, and you got that cone that goes over top, and as you press it down and rotate, it basically forces the grease through all of the bearings and makes it a lot easier. I mean, once you get the palm trick down, that's pretty easy as well and pretty fast, but this is just, it makes things a lot quicker. I will say, you would think that it would keep your hands cleaner, but it really doesn't. I mean, usually I'd wear gloves when packing them with my hand, but even using this, yeah, it keeps you from having to deal with that part. But getting it out, like if you're not wearing gloves, you're still going to get grease everywhere. But that's not a big deal. You're greasing bearings. It's going to happen no matter how you do it. But this is just a really good way to ensure that you're getting grease into those bearings sufficiently. And they do have different sizes as well. This is called their Handy Packer. It's got 4.5 stars at 2,768 ratings, and it is just 2 cents over $22. So it's not on sale or anything right now. Red and Tacky, that is also a fantastic grease. And then they have some cheaper brands as well out there, but you're really not saving much over getting the Lisle brand. And then you have your more generic universal bearing packer design there. So this one works for bearings up to 3.5-inch outer diameter. But keep in mind that they do have different sizes as well. This is just something that I wanted to mention, just something that's handy whether you're a DIYer or a professional. I just like having it because it's always ready. I literally just used mine yesterday. I tore my front wheels off and repacked all my bearings, and did my brakes, cleaned them up a little bit, and about to take the car for another test drive. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this week's video. If you guys did, please make sure to hit that thumbs up. Keep in mind, all of these products will be linked down in the description for you guys if you guys are interested, along with many other tools that I suggest. And if you guys haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys next time.